Hello. Some people said that they would like to get to know me more, so I thought I'd make a short video. Rather than talking too much about my personal life, I'd rather talk more about some of the places I've lived. I was born in Fresno, California. My mother was a Spanish teacher, and my father was a physician. Um, I skateboarded a lot there and did other normal things that any boy would do. When I was 14, I moved with my mom to Los Angeles. I went to Burbank High School and had the time of my life there. I met some of my best friends in Burbank, and we'd go surfing and camping and a lot of other fun and interesting activities like hiking and road tripping, etc. When I was 18, I moved to Arizona and went to college. First, I went to Yavapai College in Prescott, and then I went to Flagstaff, Arizona. Flagstaff, Arizona is a great place. Clean air, beautiful landscape, and a wonderful university. I met a lot of friends, and I majored in music, and I learned a lot. It's really a great city. If you pass through Arizona, I highly recommend checking out Flagstaff. When I graduated, I student taught back in Prescott, Arizona, with a junior high school band director named Frank Lawhead. He was a great man. He is a great man, and he's really been a great role model for me. I admire him very much. He's retired now, but I think he's still active in the musical community there. When I finished my student teaching, I wanted to move back to a bigger city. Prescott is a small town, but I didn't have any money. So I moved in with my father back in Fresno, California, the town where I grew up. And I met Professor Dr. Benjamin Boone in the hallway of the music department there. And I was able to continue my studies at California State University in Fresno. And I got a master's degree there. I learned a lot. After that, I substitute taught in the Prescott Unified School District for 1 year. And that was a challenging position. Every day I would get a call at about, I don't know, 5:30 or 6 in the morning from one school or another saying that a teacher had called in sick, and I would just go. Almost every day I worked at a different school, driving all over Fresno. But it was great. I learned a lot about how to manage a classroom in a way, or how not to manage a classroom. Anyway, I wanted to get more serious about studying musical composition. So when I was substitute teaching, I applied for doctoral programs and was admitted to the University of Alabama School of Music. I went out there and was really impressed by the caliber of music theorists and composers that are at the school, and other musicians. It's really a great place. They had a lot of international students at that school, and at that time my Spanish got pretty good actually, because I had a lot of friends from Spanish-speaking countries outside of the music department. But I studied there for 3 years, and the University of Alabama had a great library. So sometimes when I would be in the library studying, I would get distracted, and I would go down into their basement, actually, and they had a lot of books on Asian history and philosophy and religion, and I would distract myself by perusing the books there on Asian studies. And while I was studying at the University of Alabama, I taught solfege and dictation for 3 years. I kind of lost interest in the music I was writing. I really admired my professors, but I wasn't writing the kind of music I really wanted to write, and I was becoming more interested in foreign languages and Asian studies. So after 3 years, I left the university without receiving my degree, and I worked for a short time in Birmingham, Alabama, and then moved back to Arizona and got a job at a hotel. And I worked the front desk and eventually worked my way up to an executive assistant. It was great. It was a fun job. I liked it, but I needed to get back into education, and I wanted to live abroad for some time, but I never had the opportunity. There was always something keeping me back in the States. So I was offered a job in Taiwan, and I took it. While I was living back in Arizona and also in Alabama, I had met a lot of people from Taiwan, and I felt like I had a connection with the island before moving over. So I came and I taught in Hsinchu for 5 years, and I really enjoyed it. Had a great time. After that, I moved to New Taipei City, where I am now. It's a great place, and I'm really happy here. Thank you for listening.